What's good, Dokkan Ninja Turtles? We have to talk about the Worldwide Celebration because, man, 12 days from now, the Worldwide Celebration will be in full swing. That means at that day, it will be going. It should be the 26th. That means we still have Countdown, and also, since it was dated in, we have, Cell Max. So, really, we have the... this is in a tough little pickle right now. Them having to sort of get a lot of things out right now. Ooh. They're on a deadline. Look at this, because we still have Cell Max that should be dropping sometime soon this week. I would assume now at this point. I would assume, because you don't have that much longer, and also they don't have that much longer until they shut down the actual Dragonstone count as well too. Because if I'm not mistaken, it's somewhere around the 21st or the 23rd that they actually stop counting Dragonstones that you're actually spending in Dokkan Battle. Yeah, if you're still summoning on things right now, you don't have that much more time until they do the Memorial Dragonstones and stuff like that. They got to count it. So yeah, if you're still spending, I'd say spend it now. Don't wait later on or something like that. But I guess you still do necessarily have, I guess, a week left. But just a heads up on that one, because I didn't even think about that until now. But also what I didn't think about was you hitting that like button. I greatly appreciate you hitting that like button. See, you didn't see that one coming. You didn't see that one coming. Don't act like you did. You didn't see it. That was too smooth. So I brought up a past Worldwide Celebration to really talk about this. And I know one of the biggest things right now that people are going to be wondering about is how many Dragonstones you're going to be getting from this one. I'm just going to pop this up really quick for you right now. So you can see in the countdown, there was 45. I'm just going to say this. Subject to change, and if my honest opinion is probably going to be a lot more, just because this is the celebration that should be marketed as the global sync up to JP, which means they're probably going to be spending a lot more money this celebration for marketing, which means they might give you more Dragonstones in all of the Twitter, the X, Facebook, whatever it is, Line, WhatsApp, whatever it is. They're going to be giving a lot more Dragonstones out at that point in time, because they're going to want to have more eyes in on this one, because this is a massive celebration. So I'm just going to go ahead and say this right now. The units, how I had the ranking beforehand, how I made that video on that one of letting me cook, we should probably see some top tier units in those tiers of what they're going to be doing, because we're grading on the units on what they're doing and not just in full on like what they're doing for everything combined in one, because that's just not fair. Like, we should have some top units there. So this is definitely going to be off. It's probably going to be more Dragonstones. 45 there. And then for the part one, so I'm going to say this too. For part one, we're sort of caught up at that point in time, and we're in for the full sync up and stuff. That means that part one should go back to being 2 weeks, unless they speed it up. If they tell us they're speeding it up, then yeah, something crazy is going to be happening if they're literally speeding up the content and stuff like that. I'm just going to go ahead and throw that out right now. For the part one, it should be 2 weeks. And as you can see, it was 444. I'm going to assume this is going to be different. And if I'm not mistaken, in the past for these worldwide celebration stuff, if JP got top grossing, then they counted it as well for global getting top grossing. They also had like an actual campaign one of the years where it was like, it doesn't matter who gets top grossing. If you get top grossing, you get this many Dragonstones like automatically. So they might actually bring that back here. So that means if JP gets top grossing, then global gets top grossing, then you just keep going back and forth again, because this is going to be the time where most people are probably going to be spending a lot of Dragonstones, just for the simple fact that everyone's just, fresh off the Tanabata and anniversary, and then Ultra Instinct Goku right in with that from the Tanabata on global. People are going to be spending a lot of Dragonstones right here. So I would probably expect top grossing to be more, 100% more. And if the theories are right, and basically part two is always going to have the better of the unit, then I would expect this again to go up like crazy. You can see right here that it was only 3 Dragonstones off from JP and also Global's actual Dragonstone count then. So just remember that. And then you got part 3, that this is what most people would be like towards the end. This is me building up Dragonstones. It was 288. I wouldn't be surprised if the end of the Worldwide Celebration campaign, if that number gets bumped up to a solid 50 Dragonstones, because again, this is the first unification in terms of like the actual schedule for Global and JP. So I wouldn't be surprised if they wanted to be even extra generous here, just to make everybody look like they're generous, even though we know they ain't. Like, just do that just for face value, because again, this is a massive marketing. Is absolutely insane of how good the units are going to have to be to live up to this. So I'm just saying right now, probably buy some Dragonstones or stop summoning or something like that, because we're in for it. we're definitely in for it. So lastly, what I want to talk about is some categories and give my sort of predictions again on what we could possibly see for the worldwide celebration, because I have been on a mean campaign for GT Heroes, or just GT in general, for the worldwide celebration. If you've been here throughout the whole year of Dokkan Battle for me, you know that I've been talking about GT from the first part of the 9th year anniversary of like how you top this, and I was like, it's got to be like Ultra Instinct, or you got to go like GT to bring the money in and stuff like that. And what have they already done? They already gave us Ultra Instinct, so it's only right if they give us a fusion. That's incredible, and what everybody's been waiting for. And to take a little bit from Legends right now of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, I think we all know. Like for GT, I think we all know that we're getting a standalone Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, which is what we've been needing in this damn game for a long time. My God. A long time. So remember, I'm gonna say this really quick while I'm talking about just GT and stuff like that. Remember, I said this at the beginning. Well, actually not the beginning, but towards the middle of the year. I think it was somewhere. I think it was around the Golden Week and stuff like that, where I was like, they usually start off with like the new meta changes and stuff like that. They usually start off with the weakest crap, and then they gradually give us things in the other like categories and stuff like that that are making those other categories stand out as well too, to make them even better and better and better. Like, let me put it this way. Boo Team was, before we got Beast Gohan and everything for the 9th year anniversary and stuff like that, before, at that point in time, in between then and now, I would say the Boo Team was pretty much most people's default in terms of running events and getting it beat and stuff like that, and then going in and doing it with all the missions and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure, matter of fact, I'm very comfortable at saying that about 75% of the people would 100% agree with that and be like, yeah, the Boo Team was what I was using before to pretty much just everything in the game. So, and I said that's how they start out the weaker. They start weaker, and it gradually gets to the point where like, oh yeah, that's the weakest stuff at this point. Regeneration was the weakest thing, looking at all the things that we got beforehand. What's the other thing? Counter. Like, if you go by gimmicks, countering is huge. And people don't, like, I know you get like Ultra Instinct Goku and stuff like that now that you see that you're like, oh yeah, countering is incredible. Most people weren't around whenever Vegetos were running Dokkan Battle for a little bit, where you were putting like 4 or 5 Vegetos on a freaking a team and just letting them counter everything like crazy. Like, most people didn't realize how broken that was because they weren't here for that. But like, the meta is going to change, but it's going to start with, again, with this Super Saiyan 4s right here, because their gimmick is countering with tremendous power. Like, you can scroll down on the GT and you can actually see, like, just on glance of how many things currently right now that you're set up for easy A's and super easy A's that you can get out of here, sub easy A's and stuff. Like, it's jam packed. Like, you can literally take your pickings on units and just go, yep. And everyone currently right now would be justified on being like, oh, why'd you pick that one? Because of this. Understandable. Like, that needs it. And you would be correct at this point. Like, besides all the units that just came out in a year or 2 times, it's not eligible for easy A's and stuff like that. I mean, just off the top of my head, like, you can literally go through like 10th year anniversary. You got Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta that are going to get their easy A, which means, again, Super Saiyan 4 team will just get buffed. What, like 4 or 5 months later? They're just going to get buffed again with another massive unit. So again, these two right here are pretty much the primes of who's going to get super easy aces on the super side. And right off the bat alone, again, with with full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku there, this guy getting an easy A going forward, and these two right here still being pretty solid right now. And also the fact that Gogeta will be getting another easy A, and also the fact that we probably get a new one. You could already see the argument alone right there of how wild that is. And then even just for the counterpart alone, you can come over here and see all the GT stuff, and you can, again, one of the biggest things right now, one of the major draws for Global Dokkan Battle is most people still want a Super Baby Dokkan Fest unit, and an LR, either a Transformer standalone, whatever it is, they want one. Like, and I'm there for it too. I personally think we should have one. That's already money drawn. And if he's like the best villain card in the game at that point in time, just remember that. That would just be holy crap right off the bat. And again, you can just go through and pick and choose units right here that are due for super easy A's, sub easy A's, even awakenings, because these two down here for Super 17, I don't even want to get started on Super 17 in this current meta of how good of a unit he should be. Like, these two getting actual awakenings would help out even more, and also even an easy A to go with it. Like, you can pick through this and be like, yeah, this deserves this, that deserves that, and everyone will be just fine with it with GT. Like, there's still so much they can do with GT. But I want to throw another one that I sort of started by myself a little bit, and I was thinking of like how incredibly crazy that would be if this is the case. Like, my other sort of format that I would go there, and I'm gonna make it quick. I know this video is running a little long for you. I know. I apologize. Fusion is probably, in terms of money, besides like obviously Beast Gohan, and people were just throwing paychecks at Beast Gohan. Like, before Beast Gohan, fusions were like where games are gonna suck you dry when it comes to Dragon Ball Z, because everybody knows that the Dragon Ball Z community, we suckers for fusions. So my second pick would be a full-on Gogeta and Vegito, like, standalone duel fest of Super and Z, to be quite honest. Again, we only have one Vegito Blue that's standalone, but he's also free to play. So in the terms of, you know, paying to win and stuff like that, summoning wise, we still don't have a standalone of him. We only actually have the other one right through here that's, again, transforming in the base. And we also do not have a standalone of Vegeta, Super Vegito, which that would be the name for him, Super Vegito, in the game. And you can go, okay, well, Gogeta doesn't have one for just Z, and then for Super, he doesn't have his standalone blue. And at that point in time, I'm just gonna say this: at that point in time of hype, I could even throw another curveball in that and just be like, yeah, Goten over here. Goten doesn't have one either. He doesn't even have an LR whatsoever at all. You see where I'm going with a lot of this, because it's kind of insane of what they can actually still do with just fusions as well too. But that's just like my second round pick, not my first round pick, not the number one pick overall. It's still GT. But just a quick heads up, because we will be covering a whole lot of worldwide celebration content in a week's time. Like, there's going to be a ton of stuff. There's going to be if they continue to do this, there's still going to be like teaser things that they throw out, and then also mystery things where it's up to the community to sort of cipher what they just put out, which again is very fun for a lot of people on live and stuff like that. Very fun. But listen, if you made it this far in the video and you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. I'd greatly appreciate it. I 100% would. Also, you know, have an awesome day / night. Stay safe. Like, that's the motto stuff, man. Stay safe out there. And I'm out. Peace.